It's a beautiful Thursday morning in the fabulous Florida Keys. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty. With Key West being such a big military town, we should all take a moment today and remember Frank Spencer. Most of you probably don't know who Frank Spencer was, and I certainly didn't either until I read this morning's Key West newspaper. Mr. Spencer was the first resident of Key West to lose his life in World War II. On this day, June 6th, in 1943, his funeral was held at the Fleming Street Methodist Church. He was killed in North Africa on April 23rd of 1943. Let's please take a moment and remember Mr. Spencer. Also, for a little bit of good fun news and trivia on Key West, today in history in 1994, June 6, 1994, the Key West Shipwreck Museum was opened. If you've been to Key West and you've seen the large 65-foot wooden tower that's in between Mallory Square and it's now the Opal Key Resort, it's been the Margaritaville Resort, it's been the Westin, it's been the Hilton. That tower is where the Shipwreck Museum is. Long before Key West was a tourist town and long before it was a commercial fishing town, going back as far as the late 1800s, Key West was a shipwrecking salvage town, and the museum gives tribute to all of those that have salvaged some of the treasures and also those that have lost their lives attempting to salvage the treasures. The one who made the shipwrecking business most famous in Key West is Mel Fisher. If you go by the Mel Fisher Museum, he spent decades trying to find the Spanish ship, the Atocha, that went down, and one day he found it, and that changed the way Key West looked at shipwrecking right then and there. This is my morning market MLS update video I do every day right about this same time. I report all the new listings in Key West and the lower Keys that have come on the market in the last 24 hours. In today's case, it's only one new listing and it's located in Key West. If you follow this video every morning, you'll be ahead of most buyers. You will know about every new listing from Big Pine Key down to Key West the same day the realtors know about them. That's very valuable information for a buyer to have, and it puts you ahead of most buyers. Most buyers will wait for a home to come on to Zillow before they inquire about it, and I find by the time Zillow puts a home live online, it's usually been on the multiple listing service a couple days, and all the good deals are already under contract. If you watch this video and you see something you like, you can call me that same day, and I'll make an appointment for you to go see the home. If you like what you see, we can write up a contract and have you under contract on that home before most buyers ever even knew it was for sale. You can also get a much better detailed description of these listings if you follow my blog, keywestinvesting.com. There's a lot more information on the blog, a lot more unique features the home might have, information of room descriptions, room dimensions. There'll be photos of the inside of the house, photos of the outside of the house. If the home happens to be waterfront or happens to have a pool, there'll be photos of the water view, photos of the boat dock edge, photos of the pool. It's just a lot more information than I can cram into a couple-minute YouTube video. Again, that web address is keywestinvesting.com, and I update it every day with a much more detailed description, including pictures right from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. If you like this video, please let me know. Click that thumbs up like symbol down below. If you want to see more videos of this nature and keep current with what's being listed in the Florida Keys at what prices, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do a video of this nature every morning. Also, make sure you stay to the end of the video. That's where I'm going to tell you about an offer I'm making right now where I will contribute $1,000 of my commission to go right towards your closing costs. It'll be on the settlement statement and paid directly to you at the closing table. But you have to wait till the end of the video to hear about that. As I mentioned earlier, we only have one new listing today. It's in Key West. It's a great property. But before I tell you about the listing, the state of Florida's legal department makes me cover the boring stuff. The information I'm about to give you comes directly from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. I'm not accepting any responsibility for this listing. I'm not claiming it to be my own listing, and I'm not accepting any responsibility for any inaccuracies there may be in the information I give you about this listing. I'm simply reading it to you right from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. I will give a little bit of information in my opinion on the neighborhood, just because I'm very familiar with the neighborhood, but I'll let you know what's from the MLS and what's from my opinion. This house is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 1,251 square foot house. It's in Key West's Old Town neighborhood on Margaret Street, which is a very desirable, sought-after street. A lot of high-end homes on Margaret Street. This one's also about a block and a half up the street from one of Key West's more famous restaurants, a Cuban restaurant called Elsie Bonet. It's probably been there 50 years or more. I've been eating there at least twice a week for over 30 years. It's an excellent home-cooked food, great service, great management, and the prices are extremely reasonable, which is a rare find for a Key West restaurant. However, back to the home, with it being in the same street on the same block as Elsie Bonet, this house does not come with any off-street parking, and Elsie Bonet draws a very large crowd. Parking on Margaret Street in this particular block can be real difficult. I'd like to see some off-street parking for this house, but I looked at all the photos and I looked at the aerial. You'll be able to look at all that too if you check out the blog, keywestinvesting.com. I don't see any place you could even apply to have a parking permit, parking space permitted at the house. It's being offered at $2,099,500. I'm not sure where they come up with that price. I don't price them. I just report the prices. And that's all we have for today. If you want to take a look at this house or any home anywhere in the Florida Keys, give me a call at 305-731-0501. Now, as promised, my commitment to pay $1,000 of my commission to go right towards your closing costs. If you buy or sell any home with me anywhere in the Florida Keys between now and June 30th of this year, 2024, I will contribute $1,000 of my commission to go right towards your closing costs. I know we're getting very close to the end of the month, and closing by June 30th would probably be tough, so I'm going to extend that out a little bit. You do not have to close by June 30th. If you're selling the home, the listing agreement just has to be signed by June 30th. If you're buying the home, the contract for purchase and sale just has to be signed by June 30th. Then we can go ahead and close after that, and I will still make good on my commitment to pay $1,000 of my commission and go right towards your closing costs. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to showing you homes in the fabulous Florida Keys. And more importantly, I look forward to making you my neighbor. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty.